Welcome back to Slam Shenanigans. So this is going to be a video about a lot of dirt moving and building up my road and behind my sawmill here, trying to make the area wider, flatter, and compact all this terrible soil that I have. So basically I'm getting all this dirt from my pond dam. The pond dam's made out of the same crappy material I have all throughout my property, so it doesn't hold water. I can't find enough good clay to line it. I'm not going to put a liner in it. It's a big pond. So this is the road where I'm kind of filling up on now. If you saw my other videos, you saw the culvert. It's back up there. You see my greenhouse didn't make it through the storms this year. But this is what I'll be building up, and I'll kind of just go through the whole video and talk to you guys about how I'm doing it. So now I'm switching to video, and we'll just kind of intermix a lot of video and time-lapse here with occasional pictures, but I'm trying to push up some of the bank. What I did there where my box blade is, that was a rock wall, and if you saw some earlier videos, I should be putting them up there in the corner, but hit my channel up, check them all out, and you'll see where I made a rock wall there, and that was the first part where I extended the area for the sawmill. That was when I had my LT15. Now I got an LT35, and I actually want to make it even bigger, so that's kind of what this whole deal is here. My property, the general theme is try to make more flat, try to make more roads where I can actually turn around. Right now, the only way I can get trailers in here is to actually back them from my gate all the way back in here. There's really no good, safe place to turn around a loaded trailer, much less an empty one. So this is just a video section. I think what I'm doing here is I'd already got a couple of good lifts in here, and I'm just using my front tires to try and pack in the edge there, because my next round of lifts is going to be a little bit further out, so I didn't want that to just be fluffy. So that's what I'm doing here. Just doing a lot of packing. And it's funny because this tractor's not real heavy. I don't think the whole thing weighs 3,000 pounds, even with the loader, but those skinny front tires will actually do some pretty decent compacting. Less surface area, a little bit more pressure, so probably does a better job than the excavator, really. Excavator's got real wide tracks, and it's spread out over a big area. It may look like it's compacting good, but it's not. The tractor actually punches that soil down pretty decent. But anyways, just kind of, like I said, the whole point of this work is to make a road where I can come in from the gate with a trailer, hopefully, make the turn past the sawmill, and then go out to the left where you saw it in the first part, and that Conex in the back, not the one on the view here, I'm going to put a lean-to on it, and that's where I'm going to store all my equipment. And the road that I'm actually driving on to bring this dirt over here is really just another lift. So I'm actually kind of accomplishing a couple things by cutting that road in. I don't think I showed that road getting notched in, but I cut that road in there flat, because that way, as I bring all this dirt up to this portion of the road, all that's getting really compacted well. And so what I'm going to do when I get this video is pretty much done, I'm going to start filling that road back in, and then I'll probably make one more to the left of it in that first view that you saw, and I'll do the same thing. I'll bring dirt out, and just, you know, as I'm going across it, bringing it other ways, it's going to be compacting really well. But yeah, and it's with a little compact tractor, it takes a long time, and you might say I burn a lot more fuel, but I don't, because it's a real small tractor. But it definitely takes a lot more time than like a skid steer loader or something like that. It's got a lot more capacity on it. But trying to rent a friend of mine's skid steer, but it's kind of hard to coordinate when he's not utilizing it and when I can actually get to it. Had a bunch of things going on here. Finishing out the barn, doing this, doing a lot of stuff, and then always life happens, and you got to go here and there too and take care of things. So get what I can done when I can get it done, and just happy with progress. So we'll let you just watch this for a bit. All right, so here you can see I started with another lift, bringing in more dirt. So it's video, but I've tried to delete a lot of the travel time in there. I think I left one full one in there for you to see kind of how long it took. It was, I don't really think I timed it, but it's probably a good minute, 2 minutes of travel. And then each time you're scooping, this might be one of the full ones here right now. You got to come into the pile, scoop, downshift, lift up, back up, shift 2 or 3 times to get going again. You're moving a lot in a little compact tractor versus a skid steer where it's like both things are on your hands. You're not clutching anything. So it's definitely a lot more labor intensive in terms of what you're doing to operate the little tractor versus a skid steer. So there's advantage of the skid steer with not only capacity, but also just the efficiency in operating. So as you can see here, I've been gone a while, and this is one where I'm showing you the full length, how long it takes. Should be coming back into view here anytime now. There you go. So right about here, I decide I've got enough in there. I'm gonna try and level this off here a little bit and just kind of wheel on up through the pile. And then I'll start backblading it, kind of get this lift kind of leveled off, and then we'll track her in a bit. Slow and easy wins the race. So just enjoy the tractor work. That'd be a good time to hit that subscribe button too. I'm trying to grow this channel, so appreciate all your subscriptions. Hit the like button. Tell me what you think in the comments. So what I used to have here was just a single vehicle wide road coming down to the other part of my property off here to the left, and where I'm eventually going to have my equipment storage and parking. So what I'm doing is I'm really widening this out. I'm going to make a bit of a turn here to where, as I'm coming down from up top by the log deck there, I can come in with a full trailer, turn slightly to the right. And again, this is coming at me, not going away from us as the tractor is now, but I'll come down this hill, I'll turn to the right, go back into my parking area, and then hopefully have enough flat out there, as I described earlier, once I get all that compacted and filled back in, to be able to pull in past the second Connex and the lean-to, back a trailer or whatever right under that lean-to for storage, and then actually be able to turn a trailer completely around there and to just come right back up this road. That's the biggest thing that I don't have right now, is I can't turn a trailer around because it's just too steep. in the back of the camera in terms of this view. It's just too steep down towards my wife's garden. And if your trailer's loaded, there's just, you end up jackknifing and you can't turn, and it's a mess. So I need more flat and a bigger turn radius, and that's what all this is going to be about. Getting a big wide turn here to be able to turn into that equipment area, and then using all the pond dam material for all of this fill and compaction. So basically when I show the other view here where the connex is, the connex will be one level, and then I'll have a second step down level beyond that where the bottom of the pond is now, and it'll kind of come some more flat down there, hopefully for some more turnaround area or equipment storage or whatever it may be. Maybe log decks, I don't know. Trying to keep all the log decks close to the mill, and trying to make sure that everything's laid out fairly well in terms of being close to where it needs to be used. So the equipment I can go a little bit further to grab. Property's real long, so if I have to take it anywhere down the lower part, it's got to come a long ways anyway, so it doesn't really necessarily matter where I park. It doesn't have to be up here in the front of the shop by the mill, but that's usually where I use a lot of it for the mill. But you can see this is just getting a little bit shallower in terms of steepness and wider, which are all parts of the goal.
Gosh darn it, you guys go down on the job again here. And I'm buying another tripod. I guess we'll watch the film and figure out when that happens.
Well, hope you had a little fun with that. Anyways, yeah, I go through a lot of tripods, and I never blame it on you guys. It's just a fun deal to do. Anyways, here's another lift. So you'll see this is a lot of dirt moving. And like I said, this is one day out of, I don't know, I think I've done this 4 times. Just trying to get to this point. I actually had to fill in a big ditch up there. You saw that in my culvert video, but this is back to some more of the time lapse. And I still haven't even shown you the excavator, so let's show you that. This is what I'm doing on the other end. Basically just kind of scarfing out this pond dam here and just making a big pile, as you see behind me. And then I use the tractor to come in. So this is what's happening on the backside that you're not seeing. So I hop out of the tractor, hop into that. I was talking to my wife down at, she's wood yard splitting wood there, so it's getting a little warm to pull the jacket off. But yeah, and you can see I strung a couple of clips together there where I just made that pile, and then somewhere in between there I was moving the tractor out and was going into another pile. But this is kind of where we ended up. Pretty stoked. Got the rocks that I moved from the backside of the mill to the further out towards where the greenhouse was, and just kind of finished it up. Now we're going back to some more video, I think, for just a little bit of final touch up here, kind of pushing out back into where the retaining rocks are. So anyways, I'll stop talking again for a bit. So I know it looks a lot the same, but basically that's what happens when you're just putting lifts in something, and it's fairly good size area. It's just kind of constantly changing, adding a little bit more, and when you do the final back blades, it kind of looks similar. So I'm pretty sure everything's really in sequence here. This is just me doing the finishing touches here. And I think I'm going to show you one more round of moving dirt and a little bit more excavator stuff, and then we get to the end of this day pretty soon. So this one is kind of a longer video, so in the comments, let me know if you guys like these longer format ones. I'm definitely no Andrew Camerata, although I have had some sketchy stuff going on. So let me know if you like the longer ones or shorter ones. here I'll try to do a full round trip with a point of viewpoint from the tractor. So again, I'm doing this holding the camera, trying to drive and do all this one-handed, but give you an idea of what you got to go through on every single trip. Stab the pile, get a full bucket. That usually involves going from fourth down to second or third. Turn around, back up, you're hitting reverse. You're going back into a little higher gear, maybe third to make the turn, or just do the turn in second. Get to third, get to fourth, and then drive down the road, which you're compacting this dirt. And you see what I was talking about earlier. This will be filled up to the level on my left here. And this will all be flat, and then I'll probably go one more road length to the right as I'm driving here. And that'll be my turnaround area for the conics and the equipment area. And then where the dirt is coming from is actually going to be an entire another lower level, which hopefully will be flat too. But I want to be able to turn from where the conic stuff is to where the tractor's driving all one level, and then come back up on this road with a full heavy loaded trailer so that I can bring trailers in and around, and I don't have to back them down a third or half a mile back from my gate to here. So, and then you gotta hit reverse, turn around, make sure you don't go too far over the edge because it gets a little sketchy right there, camerata, and then head back up towards the pile. And you can see here there's two roads there. See that one to the right? That goes to the conics area. This lower road is just strictly for moving the dirt. So that's what I did it for. Hopefully that gives you an idea. All right, so we're gonna finish up here with some more excavator work. I know it looks the same, but it's probably another thing. And I don't know if you saw me earlier, you just saw me right there. I moved rock in there. There's constant big rocks in here, and that's what I was doing kind of when I was walking back down a couple times. You saw me picking little rocks out. It's hard to get anything smooth and level and nice and perfect because there's so many rocks in here. But this was really what you saw most of the tractor doing, was picking up these piles that I've made with the excavator, and it's just I'm sacrificing my pond dam to make all this other stuff level. And so here you'll see there's the conics up there. That's where the equipment storage is going to be, and this lower off to the left there is actually the pond. So I'm probably going to have to take a few more trees out here on the right, but we'll have two levels of pretty big turnaround area. And that's it. I really appreciate you guys watching this. Here's the dog Cricket and me, and I hope you like this. If you do like this content, hit that subscribe button. Help me out. Help me grow. Hit the like button and tell me what you think about it in the comments. Have a great day.